thing's not wanting to work. I think I got to stand back here for it to work. Hey, can she push the button over there? Hey, Cam, can you push the button over there if you need me? What?
You good?
Yeah, well, what's working?
We're almost ready, people of
No, we're
Facebook.
ready. We're ready.
Okay. So welcome, everybody. This is our kind of our first crime prevention live with everything going on with coronavirus and social distancing. We haven't been able to offer as many of the crime prevention classes that we would like due to keeping social distancing. So we're going to do this live. And the best way to do it, we figured starting off with home security information. And Officer Charles Gentry here is our resident expert when it comes to home security. We call it CPTED.
CPTED.
And we're going to let him give some tips. And the bonus is, at the end, if you put in the comment section one of the tips that he offers today, then and tag 2 different people, you'll be eligible to win a home security basket or bucket that's sponsored by Lowe's, and it's got a lot of goodies, and we'll go over some of those goodies at the end of Officer Gentry's presentation. So for many of you that recognize, by the way, he is a little bit of a celebrity. I don't know if you can see it with the mask, but if you go back into our YouTube or our old Facebook videos, there's this amazing lip sync video of Officer Gentry singing to a donut, lip syncing. What is that?
I don't know. Don't forget my dancing
10,000 miles. You danced?
I did, but I
what
tried
did you
to.
dance? Well, to be Eric, what you danced? What did you dance to?
I was just basically moving around.
For what?
I don't remember.
You don't remember what you danced to?
No, it wasn't really dancing.
So he is a resident expert in on CPTED, but also one of our celebrities. Oh, apparently is my mask on backwards, upside down? I'm sorry. Or behind the scenes is telling me that my mask is upside down. Could have given you guys something to laugh at for the entire presentation, but instead I'll fix it. All right, so without further ado, Officer Gentry, and he's going to give us some home security tips and information.
Well, my name is Officer Gentry. I'm with the Community Relations Unit here at the Police Department. And one of the services we provide, we will do free CPTED surveys to your house or businesses. Like I said, free of charge. We'll come there and help you improve your security at your house or your business. Now, what CPTED is, it's called Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design.
He's not. He may be an expert in CPTED, but he is not our technology expert.
And
the clicker has been getting the best of him. He even practiced.
I did.
Would you like me to?
Yes. Would you just push it over there, maybe? I think you have to stand the other way. Okay. Well, what CPTED is basically your proper design and effective use of your built environment can actually reduce crime. I mean, a lot of these things we all know, but we're just going to give you a little reminder. And then next slide, please. There we go. Now, for crime to occur, 3 things have to happen. You have to have desire, ability, and opportunity. All right. Now, the only thing of that triangle that we can affect is opportunity. So we want to take the opportunity away from people to actually commit crime.
So not us have the desire, but the criminal.
The criminal has the ability, the desire, right? And the opportunity. But the only thing that us as homeowners, business owners, can change is take away the opportunity aspect of the triangle.
So it's kind of like in like vehicle burglaries, right? If somebody's walking down the road and they want to,
yes, they want to break into your car.
Break in your car.
They have the ability to break in your car, but if your purse is not in the car, you took away the opportunity.
Or it's locked, right?
Or it's locked.
Okay, very good. That makes sense.
Right, next slide, please. All right, and the strategies we use, such as natural surveillance, natural asset control, territorial reinforcement, and target hardening. All these strategies you can use at your business or your house.
Can you? Okay? Are you going to explain some
yes,
of that
further?
I am. Okay.
Next slide, please.
Those are big words for me.
Big words. But these strategies can be used to reduce crime in your house. All right? National surveillance, C and B scenes. So we all know people act differently if they're being observed, right? Just basic human nature. So what we want to do is make sure that you have eyes on the street and eyes on your house, okay? And how would we do that? Next slide.
Oops. Can't wait to find out.
Yes. Number one thing, when I go out to do our CPTED surveys, the first thing I look at is your landscaping, okay? What we want to do, we don't want anything above 3 feet or anything hanging below 6 feet. So we want to have a nice view of your house from the street, and we want you to have a nice view of the street from your house. Now, things being lower than 3 feet, that reduces the chances of somebody hiding in the window or hiding next to your window or hiding next to your door. So we want to keep those nice and low.
So like at my house, it would be a like prime person that follows the 3 feet rule because I can't like grow a plant to save my life. So everything, comes from Lowe's. I plant it, and within a month, it's already kind of wilting back. So I definitely am going to make that 3 foot rule now. But what about people that have like nice trees, like crepe myrtles or something?
Well, what you do, you can trim them out, make them thinner, so you can see through the tree, right? And it's not obstructing your vision.
Or cut the lower branches so it blossoms above.
Nothing below 6 foot.
Okay.
Okay. Also, your lighting. We recommend bright LED lighting for your house. Okay. But one thing you need to be careful with is lighting. We don't have lighting pollution, and that is a thing. We want all your light focusing onto your property. So you don't want to upset your neighbors by buying a bright LED light and then having it shine onto their house, into their windows. So that's something to think about.
I have a question with that.
Yes.
So I've seen at like Lowe's, they have the lights that you can, almost like solar lights that you would put to line a sidewalk, except for you can focus the beam maybe on your numerics on your house or something like that.
That's a good idea.
If you have that, though, incorrectly and it's shining at your window, does that help or hurt you?
That hurts you because you can't really look outside.
Okay.
So
so you want to make sure they're focused where?
On the outside of your house, not shining in your house or shining into your neighbor's house. Okay? Also, one of the great things is your neighbors. You'd be surprised how many people out there today don't even know who their neighbors are. So we recommend everybody go out and get to know your neighbors. All right? You want them watching your house, and you want to be able to watch their house because they know who belongs at your house and who doesn't belong. Now, another great thing we have here at Sanford is our Neighborhood Watch program. We have over 40 active communities in our program. And the good thing about Sanford is they're very involved whenever you sign up for our Neighborhood Watch. We have quarterly meetings. We do fun things like we learn laws. We learn how the police department operates. So we bring our Neighborhood Watch involved. They're getting very involved with it. And I'll tell you something that we do different here in Sanford a lot of communities don't do. Whenever you see one of these signs, right, this actually means something in the city of Sanford, right? Because whenever, say, a community doesn't want to participate any longer in our watch program, we take the signs back. Right? Now, the reason we do that, we want people out there to know if you see one of these signs, it actually means something.
What does it mean? Like if I'm a criminal and I'm driving through a neighborhood and I see that sign, what should it make me think about?
It means that you're going to be watched, and we have an active neighborhood watch in that area. So if neighborhoods, don't participate any longer, we take the signs back. All right? You go to other cities, you'll see rusted out signs, and what does that tell you? No, they don't care about the signs. They may not be
an active program.
Exactly.
And so for the neighbors that are thinking, hey, that could be a good idea for our neighborhood, what does that entail? Does that mean that they have to go through like special training? We want them to go and physically do something if they see something wrong?
We just want eyes on the street. That's it.
And so if they see something they're going to say something.
No, we don't want you going out there and get involved and confront anybody. We just want you to see something, say something. All right? So we got a good program here in Sanford. And if you'd like to join, please email me or give us a call. All of my information is on our website. So reach out to us, and we'll be happy to get you started. We're still doing this, even though during the corona, we're still running this program. Okay, so please give us a call. Also, thing that's overlooked, we want people driving by to be able to see your house as well. There's like more cars going by, that's more eyes on your property, right? Okay? Next slide, please. All right, here's a good example of the 6 foot, 3 foot rule. All right? So we want all the vegetation lower than 3 foot. You see you have a nice view of your house to the sidewalk, to the street, and people passing by can see your house, and vehicle traffic passing by can see your house. Okay? So this is a good visualization of what we would like. Next slide, please. One thing to consider, though, if you have 2-story, 3-story house, is make sure your trees are also trimmed. All right? This right here, example of this tree is totally blocking the vehicle traffic, parked cars. Someone could be breaking into this car, and the person on the 3rd floor could be on the balcony, and they would never see it. All right? So trees like this, we like to see them trim them up
And
to get more of a better view.
let's say, 3 stories, that reminds me of a lot of apartment complexes. So if a person that's watching this today has an apartment and not a home, and they realize, I can't see my parking lot because of all of the vegetation in the apartment complex, what do you recommend they do?
To get with the apartment manager and just point it out. And a lot of times they'll be happy to help you when you're telling them what you're trying to do,
And that goes for lighting as well.
Lighting
if
as
you're
well.
in an apartment complex and a lot of the lights aren't working, it's a good idea to talk to the manager of that property and let them know that,
And make sure you inspect your own house, too. A lot of times when I do these surveys, people will have back floodlights in the back of their house will be burnt out, and they don't even know about it because they don't use them. So make sure you check your own lights as well. Next slide. All right. Target hardening. All right.
What does that mean?
Target hardening, that makes your house a little bit harder to break into. All right. And when it comes to doors, your door is only as strong as your door frame. So a lot of times, I'll go and check houses. The door frame will be wood, rotting sometimes, termites, and that does you no good. Just a little tiny kick and you're right in there because it breaks the frame right out. So we recommend metal door frames. Next thing I always tell people is check their deadbolts. Okay? A lot of times people buy new houses and the contractors will use the cheapest deadbolts they can find. All right? So you want a good, nice security deadbolt with a 2-inch throw.
And I didn't know what that was. He had to explain that to me.
There's a deadbolt, 2 inches.
The thing that sticks into the door frame out of the deadbolt should be 2 inches long.
Yes. 'Cause that's what's actually holding your door shut right there. Okay? And another thing, and I've done plenty of surveys, and I never find this, so I want to get the information out there to everybody. Your strike plate, where the deadbolt goes into, the screws, make sure they're at least 3 inches. Okay? Stainless steel screws, all right? Every time, a majority of the time when I do my inspections, I find little half-inch screws, cheap little screws. They're just barely holding in the strike plate. And that really does you no good whatsoever. So all the stuff I'm recommending, check your strike plate. That's where the deadbolt goes in. Check the screws and make sure they're at least 3 inches. Right?
Because that
we prefer stainless steel.
Right.
It's a little tougher. That makes it that much more difficult to kick in a door.
And that's what I was going to say. This is for, like, if a burglar is trying to get in your house and you do have it locked up, sometimes, they could take a chance kicking in the door.
Yes.
And if it's an easy one kick and they're
And
in,
they're in.
they're going to take that opportunity. But if they've got to kick over and over again.
Over and over, and what's that going to do? We're talking about eyes on. That's going to cause a lot of noise. People's going to come out of their house. Neighbors are going to see what's going on. Okay? So let's make sure our deadbolts, doors, and screws are all proper length. Another thing that I like is to see people buy Lexan. It's like a plastic film. You can go to home department stores or home improvement stores. It's a film that you can put over your window. And what that does, it makes it that much more difficult to break your window. So if you hit it, it just won't totally shatter. It'll stay together. So it makes it even louder when you're trying to break in a house. It makes it a little bit more difficult to break a window.
I've actually seen a really funny video when I was learning about this, and a burglar comes along and, those beautiful sliding glass doors that everybody has in the back of their house, and grabbed a giant rock, and he goes to throw it through the sliding glass door. And instead of all the glass falling to the ground, what happened is it had that film on it. And so it all shattered, but it stayed stuck to the film. And so he had to go get another piece of rock, and he's literally trying to chip away and make a hole in this door to enter. And as he's chipping away, you see the officers show up on scene because that 3 minutes that he took to try to get into that back door was the time it took for the security system to activate and law enforcement to show up.
You can buy the film, put it over, or a little more expensive, you can buy Lexan sheets and replace your windows with those. This is up to you, just different options. And everything good about them, living here in Florida this time of year, hurricane season, it's nice to have that,
I didn't think about that.
something goes flying through your window, the glass won't shatter. So there's an extra benefit of getting Lexan windows, or at least the film. Another thing that I can't stress enough, please get an alarm. A home alarm is a great deterrent for someone breaking into your house. Okay, that'd be like one of my number one recommendations to you. I'd also recommend security cameras. Okay, that's also a good deterrent because, like I said, people act differently when they're being watched. All right, if they see cameras around your house, they'll probably go somewhere else. So that's another good recommendation.
And it helps, in the unfortunate event that you are victimized, because we're talking about hardening and making it harder for a criminal to get in. But remember, we're not using the word like burglar proof.
No, not at all.
Where there's a will, there's a way, essentially.
Exactly.
But we want to reduce those easy opportunities for a
Exactly.
criminal.
We'll take that away from them.
But so in the event that maybe, an unfortunate event that you are victimized by a burglar, those cameras are going to increase the probability that we can catch the bad guy.
Exactly. So, number one thing I said, the door, take care of that. That's the cheapest option you have. Then I would look at alarm system and camera. Okay? Another great thing a lot of people don't think about when it comes to territorial reinforcement is hostile vegetation. All right. Now, plants, thorny, sticky, you put those where you don't want people to be. All right. I recommend putting them underneath your windows. All right. Nice and trimmed, like thorny bushes like that, and people will think twice before walking onto your property. All right. If they're going to be poked. Roses. You can go to, like I said, garden store. Ask them what kind of nice plants that you like that's thorny, and buy those.
Or if you're like me and you can't grow anything, that's a great reason to go get a cactus and stick it right under your window, right?
Exactly. Put a bunch of cactus on your window.
Right.
And nobody will want to stand there. Or if you got areas where people are cutting through your property and you don't want that to happen, thorny plants. That keep people out.
Keeps people out, keeps those teenagers in during those years when they may want to exit, and you get that security system. It's going to keep people out, keep the right people in. Dual effort.
Dual effort.
All right.
So if you guys have any questions on home security, we're taking questions, right?
Yeah, do we have any questions? We have no questions. Everybody knows that their house is secure.
Well, that's fine. You can always email us here at the police department.
Do you want to, let's go through the bucket now, the prize bucket.
Oh, yes. You want to tell them about the bucket?
So Lowe's, thankfully, donated a number of home security supplies. Do you want to go through what some of those are? Get put there.
Some of the good security, we have a door stop jam. This prevents somebody kicking in your door. It's a lot more difficult.
Can you just step back a little bit?
Step back.
Yep. There you go.
We have some motion activated lights.
Those lighting, right? One of those concepts he talked about. No.
We have light timers. You ever leave your house, right? Come on when it gets dark, or you can set the time, I believe, on these as well.
Yeah, that's a dusk to dawn one.
This is dusk to dawn.
And with that, talk about home security. One of the services we offer here at the police department is we'll do house checks. You go away on vacation for a number of days, you can fill out the form online and let us know, and we'll come by your house and make sure everything is secure.
We got a sliding glass door lock.
Oh, those
This prevents somebody.
Oh,
yeah, we got two
key lock. Yep.
We got key lock. We have additional window locks as well. We have, what else? We have a lot of stuff in there. We have more lighting.
That looks like a special light.
That's the gutter lighting.
Oh, clips onto your
clips
gutter.
onto your gutter.
That's pretty cool.
Very neat. We have a pin for your sliding glass door.
And those are great, too, if you have toddlers or something at the house. They can learn to maneuver those latches on sliding glass doors very easily. So put that pin in, and it's going to prevent, again, somebody from coming out and the right people to stay inside the house when they need to.
Another dusted-on floodlight attachment.
Very cool.
And lastly, we have...
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, the latch shield.
The latch shield keeps people from prying open, that front door with any tools. So all of this will be free to one person and the bucket, one person that puts one of Officer Gentry's amazing tips here in the comment section and tags two people, and this bucket will be yours to give away. We're going to give everybody about a week to share and view this video, and next Thursday, one of our officers will select at random one of the people that, again, put one tip in the comment section and tag two people, and the bucket of home security items from Lowe's is going to be yours.
Yep.
Any other thoughts that you'd like to?
Well, two, actually. Number one, just remember, we do these CPTED surveys for free. So if anybody wants one, just please contact us, and we'll come out to your house and do it. And number two is, please join our watch program. We have an excellent program, and everybody joins it, seems to have a good time. It builds a good community.
Right, because reducing crime, it's everybody's business in Sanford, right? It's the police departments, and it's our community. And when we work together through things like making our homes harder targets, neighborhood watch, home security surveys, we're all successful in fighting that crime. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, keep it safe, Sanford.